Hey, hi guys. And today we're gonna start and go through our next exercise, which is SOQL and SOSL. So in SOQL, okay, let's start with SOSL basically. So this is the fifth point which we were having. So I have got the syntax because remember one thing. Whenever it comes to SOSL, okay, you would not be using it very frequently. It means it would be used, like 5%. Okay. So let me tell you guys, this query is used as 5% and SOQL is used as 900%. It's like you cannot even say 95 or 99. It is like 100% you have to use it. Okay. Most of the time you have to deal with SOQL. Okay. This is 5% because this is only used when you want to search, when you want to search any data uh, in multiple object. Okay, in multiple object. That's all. Okay, that's all is the use of this particular, SOSL. Okay, it's a query language basically, and this again, is used to fetch the data from database. Okay, on single object. Okay, this will work on single object. Okay, above it will work on multiple object to find and get the data. Only when used when you want to search any data in multiple objects and get that. And this fetch the data from database in a single object. Okay, that is the major difference in these two. Now comes the syntax. Okay, so in syntax, when it comes to SOSL, guys, it is find keyword. Okay, and then followed by whatever text you want to search. Okay, and then in like which all fields you want to search that, because you have multiple objects and you will be having their fields, so you want to search under which field that particular text. So that is all about this. I repeat, this text you want to search in which all fields. Okay, you have to give it here and return objects and what all fields you want to return. So object means in which object you want to search that, and you want to show some fields on the UI. So it will give you, this thing will give you that. Okay. I repeat, this will give you in which fields you have to search. This will give you what all fields you have to show after getting the result, like final result. And this is the text which you want to search. Example is given below. Okay. If you want to search test, okay, in all fields, okay, in all field of the account object, okay, and industry as a result you have to give. So this is that syntax. Find test in all fields, returning account. Okay, I repeat, it will find in all fields of the account object and give you name and industry. Okay, and you may have to test it also. Okay, let me copy this, go to my developer console. How can we test that? Okay, yeah, this is opened. Let me go back. Yeah, so this I'll maximize. So query editor is a place where you guys will be running the queries, guys. Okay. So in the task, this is a menu bar. This is you can say the task bar for the developer console. You go to query editor, you type the query, click on execute. Okay. If you see here, it gave you name and industry because you wanted it in all fields and you are searching test. Okay, so in all field, okay, there are 12 account with the name test, present in them. So that is all about finding the right result for the keyword. Any doubts so far? Okay, I take it as no. Now next example is multiple object returning the data. Okay, this is the second example. You want to search again same keyword in contact object also. So you have to just put comma and then the next object and followed by its field. So this is like very simple, okay? So you come back here, okay? But you just have to keep remembering the keywords, okay? So if you see, you got
It's
account.
just like of SQL queries which we are running, right?
Yes, yes. It's a query which we are running. Correct. If you see two objects came, you have account, you have contact, you have three contacts which you found. Okay. If you see email content test, so it brought that contact where email has that because you are searching in all fields. Okay. So that's how you will bring multiple objects data. Okay. So I
So
repeat.
what is the
Mhm.
purpose of this? Like,
Okay. So let me show you. If you see search here, search is there, right?
hmm,
So global search is an example of SOSL. So Salesforce is utilizing that SOSL to find these record in multiple objects and bringing in front of you. So this is live, scenario, like where exactly it is used. Any doubt? So this is a live example, okay? That's how you use it. You search something here, it will bring for you data from multiple objects. Got it? Similarly, okay, before that, I wanted to tell you, you have to use this find. Okay, remember, starting with find, then keyword, then which all field you want to search, and return which all object with fields. Okay, any doubt so far?
hmm,
Yeah, no issue. So let's go back to the SOQL. So that is another chapter where these, as I said, this will be giving you fetching the data based on single object. Okay, that is called SOSL. Syntax is select. Above you are having syntax as find. Okay, I'll highlight this. And here you have a syntax of select. Okay, select what all fields you have to mention that field one, comma, those are separated by comma. Okay, and then you have from which object you want to bring. Okay, so from is there here object API name. Okay, so syntax is select from between them you have to put the fields and then which object you want to fetch. Example, select ID, name, email. These are the fields of the contact. Okay, and you can find all the fields of the contact here. As you know, you can create the fields and you can even see them. So you can see the contact here. Okay, fields, and you have to copy this name. Remember, guys, this field name in the query. Okay, so you can put comma this like this. Okay, now you copy this and go to developer console and execute it. So this will give you this total rows. Okay, 25, and if you see, it gave you the data. So that's how you will utilize the SOQL to fetch the data. Now sometimes you will have the criteria like I want the records where name contains rows. Okay, so as I said, SOSL gives search result in multiple object as well as single object. You can even search that here because I told you guys use SOSL for multiple object. So I can show you here also like from contact where, okay, where is used to provide filters in the query. I repeat, select fields from this. After this, you can use where, only where. Okay, if where is not there, you can use other keywords, which I will tell you now. But here, where like, okay. So like is a keyword which will, uh, do a search of contains in SOQL. I repeat, it will do a search, okay, as a like the SOQL is doing the search. Similarly, this will also do the search for SOQL, okay, where name, but you can do a single, field search here, not that way. I mean, you can use OR operator. I'll tell you guys, okay. So test. So I put like name test. Okay. I'll execute this. Okay. If you see, I have got the error. So here you would be able to see the errors if your query is not correct. Okay. If your query has any mistake, you would be able to see it here. Okay. Now let's see our mistake. Okay. So let me read. Select ID name. You should have commas. Okay. And then from contact where spelling should be fine, like name, and then you have this percent. Before that, okay, whenever if you are unable to debug, because right now I'm seeing like the query is fine. Okay, so I'll minimize the filters. Okay, I'll remove this filter. I'll just keep this execute. Okay, so basic query, it executed, it showed you result. Now I'll put it back. So it means till here your query is good. So this is like how you debug it. Where ठीक है name likes. Okay, so like will come after name. Okay, like you want to search in name field which likes test. Now you execute. See, you got it. So name like test. Okay, so that's how you will bring these records. Okay, so this is the example of checking, I mean like keyword. Okay, so I'll put that here as uh, keywords first. Okay, in keywords, I'll give these are the SOSL keywords. So you can use where keywords. You can use like, okay, which you just now used, like uh, order by. Okay, order by is one of the keyword. Like you can short the data. So if I come back here, so I can do order based on the account, order by account ID. Okay, that way you can do the ordering. Okay, order descending. For descending, DESC. For ascending, ASC. Okay, guys. You see, account came this way first. If you make it ascending, execute. Account ID came down, so it means it's getting shorted. Okay, so that's how you can use shorting. And you see order by is utilized. Next is where like order by is used. Now you can use limit. Okay, like limit means how many record you want to query. Okay, so limit is another. So let's suppose if you want to one record only, order by ESC limit one. Okay, executed. You see only one record came. That's how you can utilize limit. So you can give limit and then how many record you want to fetch. So that is a limit. Okay, and there is again offset also. Okay, this will give you record after that particular record. So let's suppose offset 1, so it means after it will not include first record, it will give you second record. Okay, so let me use offset 1. Okay, so if I execute it, if you see first record which was having account ID blank, it didn't came. The second one came, which was having the account IDs. That is a use of offset. Okay. So limit like order offset. Okay. Group by is also there. Okay. But you don't use it much. So that, but for your information, I'm just noting down having clause. Okay. Having is also there. Having. Okay. So these are few keywords which you can use. Most of the time you would be using where, like, order by or limit. That's all. These would be very rare. Okay. So that is all about SOQL, guys. Okay. And that is that. I'll tell you more thing. Account ID. Let's suppose this is giving you account field. Okay. If you want to, an account is a lookup. Okay. If you see here, account is a lookup. Now, if you want to get account name, so it is a child account. This contact is a child for account. Okay. Now you want to get parent field. That is called child to parent query. So now child to parent. So if you see account, you need to remove ID, then put a dot, put name. So this will give you standard field, if it is standard field, it will give you name of that particular account. See, previously ID was coming, now account name is coming. Okay, so that's where you can use it, utilize child to parent query. Okay, so I'll copy this for the notes purpose. Okay, example this. So this is one query. Okay, and I would write child to parent. Okay, I'll copy the same, and this is the child to parent. Okay, so this is how you can query the fields from child to parent. Okay, if it is custom object, guys. Okay, custom object, let's suppose if it is a lookup custom object here, you have to just put
So account is a parent or
account is
name is a
parent.
parent?
Account is
Account is
parent.
the parent and name is a
Name is a field of account. I repeat, name is a field of account. Like if you go to account objects, there would be name field. Okay, so it's like a one level up. You are going child to parent. Okay, and from there you are getting the data. So you can fetch the data even from the parents. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay. Yeah, Kunal. So as I told you that account dot name is nothing but the uh, lookup field which is account and its name which we are querying. So if you want, I can show you one record how it appeared. Okay, contact. So if you see, this is account. Okay. Now, if you see account is here. So if you want to query its name field, so you go to account and then name field is this one, which you want to query. Okay. This one. Okay. If you want to query rating, you want to query phone, you can get everything in the SOQL. Okay. You can get everything in the SOQL. You can put phone, but you have to put that like this dot. Okay. So if you see now phone will give account full. Okay. Now, so this is child to parent. Okay. And in this also, let's suppose custom lookup is there. Custom lookup in the sense lookup to custom object, and it is like a custom field that you can query by putting underscore R. Okay, which is nothing but a reference field. Okay. So let's see if there is any lookup on contact. Okay. Let's see. I'll go to object manager. So basically underscore R is nothing but a relationship. It says the relationship field. Okay. So whenever child to parent comes, standard object you understood, right? You will see account ID. In that case, you have to remove ID and then put dot followed by name of the lookup object. Okay. Similarly, when it comes to, a custom, I would say, let's suppose if this is custom language, then you have to put under in place of C underscore R dot name, phone, okay, whatever you want, you can get it. Okay. So let's take example. This is a lookup to account. Okay. So in place of account, you have to put this, remove C, put R. That's it. Okay. So this is for the custom one. Okay. I will keep this also in exercise. Okay. This is child to parent. Okay. This is child to parent. Okay. Now parent to child. We'll go with opposite, parent to child. Okay. So parent to child. Okay. Parent to child, you have to go this way, guys. Okay. So let's suppose parent you have to go first. Contact is the child, right? You cannot get contact, say parent that way. You have to put query on account object. Okay, I'm removing these filters for now. And now you have to put a comma in the fields here. You have field this much. Okay, this you run, you will get account. Okay, so there is an error in the query. Let's see. So it says email is not there. So yeah, if any field is not there, guys, you will get this email. No such column found. If you see, no such column found. So this is how you debug it. Okay. So you remove the email. Okay. You will click on execute. If you see here, name and ID came for account. Now you want all the childs of the account, basically. I mean to say all contacts. Okay. So you get all the contacts of the account. Okay. Select ID. So if you see here, contact, you have put the comma, then common bracket, then same like a query you do, right? Same you have to put. Here you have to put child relationship name. Okay. Which is very important. Okay. Child relationship is very important. Okay. Without that, you can't query the data. Okay. So now, if you see contact, okay. So if I try to execute, because the contact is the object API name, and always you have to get the object API name here. Okay. So if you see it did not find the relationship. Okay. So here it means the child relationship is wrong. Okay. Contact is not child relationship. So you have to use S and execute. If you see now you got all the contacts for that particular account. Okay. So that's how you get the contacts. Okay. So the syntax is select ID, comma name, comma, then put comma bracket, put this. Then this is a very important. Okay. You guys will confuse 100% here how to get it. So let me tell you how you have to get it. So you have to there are two ways to get it. Okay. Third party tool workbench. Okay. Workbench, so you can read all the child relationship names. Second is you have to go to child directly first. So you have to go to contact, find the lookup. So this is a lookup to account, remember, because how come parent and child becomes, right? You have to create a lookup on the child, then only it will get a relationship of child parent. Okay. So you have to open that lookup field. Okay. And here child relationship name will be there. I repeat, child relationship name would be there in the lookup, and copy it from here. Okay. Copy this, then put it here, and then you execute it. It will work quickly. Okay. Without any issue. So this is the key to get the success for this. Okay. Another example. Okay. Let's suppose you want to get a custom object now. Okay. So custom object we have for account was the one which we created. Okay. Brand. This is another example which is very important, guys. Okay. I have created, this is a child for account. Okay. If you see now, if I want to query all the new brands, okay, for that particular account. So if you see child relationship name here, just find it. Okay. Here, new brands. You copy it here, you paste it here, click execute, it won't work. You got an error. So to get it, you have to use underscore R here. Okay. Now we execute it, it worked like smooth. Okay. For custom, you have to make sure you use underscore R. For standard, remember, in child to parent also, in a standard, you don't need underscore R. Similarly, when it comes to parent to child, for standard, you don't need that. But for custom, you have to use it. So that is the main thing. Any doubt? Because this is the last thing in complete SOQL. Okay. So this is done. Okay. Now we'll move to the next chapter, loop and if. Okay. Looping and if condition. Okay. So let me open my old exercise which we were working on. Okay. Now comes this was the basic, fetching the data, which is important before going to for loop and if condition. Okay. So now I'll open the things. Okay. Okay, I'll create a new class for you guys. Okay, simple. And here I'll say as loop exercise. Okay. Okay. Remember one thing. Okay. I'll go to notes. I'll put it notes. Okay. Loop will only work. Loop will only work when you have list of records. When you have more than one record in list slash set. Okay. So guys, list and set are the two things which you remember. You read collection. So loop only work on collection, as simple as that. Okay, if it is not a collection, it won't work. Okay. Loop will only work when you have more than one records in list and set. Okay. So that's a key thing. Okay. So you would only be learning for loops here. Okay, which is the important one. Okay. For loop, and then for each loop. Another you will learn is for each loop. For each loop, while and do while, you don't need to learn because those are, you can use it like based on old programming language, but you don't need to specifically use it because it will ultimately, uh, uh, make sure that you guys, get confused. Definitely. So follow when you are starting your Salesforce career, use these loops. You can do every coding. You don't even need it. Nobody will ask you to do this. Okay. So that's why I'm saying not needed. You can do every coding with these two loops. Okay. This loops only used when you want to check on specific, okay, index any value. And if on a particular, index you want to read any value, then only you will be using this. For each loop is run uh, check on each record, okay, in list, as the name says, for each, okay, for each record. Okay, so that is for each loop. So we will take some example. And if condition is, you already know, guys. Okay, it's just so simple. Conditional operator. If is a conditional operator. Conditional operator. Okay, used to check condition. Used to check condition if it is uh, false condition, and return true or false. Okay. Else is like if is not met, then else will execute. Okay. If is not met, then else will execute, guys. Okay. If 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 is not executed, which means condition is not met. Okay. Executed, then else will execute. Okay. So that is all about if else. Okay. For loop and if else. Okay, as I told, it will work on collections only. Okay, so that is the important aspect. Okay. Now, as I told you guys, list, okay, is our previous class collection variable. So list of account you want to get. Okay. Okay, here, then you have to put your query. Okay, put the query, and here, let's suppose we had the query, right? Account query. Even you can get a contact query. Anything is fine, guys. Okay, just put this query here. Okay, you have stored. So this is like you got all the contact. Okay, this is like you got all the contacts. Okay, Any question here? You got all the contacts. Now you can loop on these contacts. Okay. For loop, this is bracket. Okay. So syntax of for each, basically. Now I'm going to tell you the syntax of for each. So you have to write object name here, contact name here, this is a variable, then colon, and then the list variable name. I repeat. So this is the syntax basically. Read contact in variable this, colon is segregate operator. Okay. Separation operator. You can say that. Okay. For these contacts. Okay. Or you can say among these contacts. Read one contact from this list of contact. Like for each contact. Okay. I repeat, this is for each context. Okay. Which says for each contact of the list. I will write this for each contact of list. Okay. For each contact of the list. So that way you will be able to understand this. Okay. So this is a list which get all the contacts. Okay. Let's suppose it could have 10 records. Okay. So now all 10 will come here and this loop will read one by one. Okay. So first contact will come. Okay. Your first loop will run and then it will read one contact. Okay. Let me put system.debug. This way you guys will understand it. System.debug is nothing but to print the statement. Okay. Last class we understood that. Plus this. Okay. I put system.debug contact. I'm pasting the contact. Okay. If you see, I have a error. If you see line number is problem are 15. Okay. Let's see what are the problems. Okay. Because debugging is all about this. So, okay, this is not our class. This is different. Last one is our class. So this is only one problem we have. Line number 6. Okay. It says expecting bracket, but found for each loop. Okay. So as I told you guys, whenever you create a class, always create a method. Then only it will work. Okay. Public static void, then method name. So you can say for loop, then bracket of the method, and closing bracket should be outside the content. Okay. The logic, you have to put the logic inside the loop. Okay. So this is the method. You save it now. Control S. If you see star was there, I'm saving it, saved, right? No star, it means it is saved. Now you execute it. So I told you guys you need to use an anonymous window. You go to debug, open execute anonymous window. Okay, since it is static, you don't need to create the instance of the class like we previously created. So you can call directly class name dot method name. Okay, for loop, call this, execute this. Okay, you see your query is executed. Click on debug only. Okay, debug only will give you the context. Every record line number 8, it is printed multiple times because it is inside the loop. Okay, and see it is printing the context for every line. So that is how you read every contact. Okay, so this is about for each loop. Okay, so this is the syntax. I'll keep a note of it. Okay, for each is here. Okay, this one. Example. So this is the object name or object name. Okay, then variable colon list or set, anything. Okay, so this is the syntax for each. This is the index one. So for, okay, this is like normally you guys would have index based loop, right? Loop only use index spaces. Okay, so for let's suppose integer. Okay, because it's an integer value. If some string is there, you can even run on string. Okay, like string. Okay, a equals to something. Okay, wait. Index loop always run on index. Okay, so you will always be getting it integer. Okay, forget about that string because that would be used inside. Okay, so integer. It will always start with integer, okay? Integer, I is a variable. You can even give j, k, l, okay? Then 0. So it will start from 0, semicolon. I is less than whatever is the, index you want to run till. So 10, or you want to run it to 20, okay, that way. And I plus plus. Similarly, you can even go with negative, like from 20 to 0. So you have to give this way. 22, this will be minus minus, and here greater than 1, you can say. So it will run till 1. Okay, so that way, this is another syntax of this index loop. Okay, so I'll go back. Same thing, I'll execute it in that, index wise here, and I'll put that index. Okay, this one, and then I'll print it. Okay, so contact from the list in index, you have to put square brackets and then I. I is nothing but 0 index. Similarly, it will read plus plus. Okay, and plus plus means it will increase 1. So first it will come here, then go back, it will plus, so it will become 1. Keep running, it will run 10 times. I repeat, it will, simple loop, I 0, it comes down, okay, it will increment it, okay, and then it will become I equal 1. So I 1 is less than 10, it will become print, it get printed. Then I will plus 2, 2 is less than 10, it will run till 10. Like if when it becomes 10, 10 is not less than 10, it won't go down. Okay, and here you can say to print the output, you can say for save it, and then execute this. So if you see, we have an error. Let's see what is that error. So variable does not have a con. Okay. So the problem is this con does not exist. There's no variable I have defined here. I repeat, no variable here. Con. It is a list. So I have to put this list because I'm reading the list ka I index. Okay. So list you can read through loop or through index. So that is what you learned today. Okay. In order to read a list, you need to either use index or for each loop. Okay. In order to read list, you will use index or for each loop. For each loop. Okay. Even you can hard code this. Okay. Hard code in the sense index, right? So I can even print 5. Hard code. So always 5th will be printed. Okay. So you can even put it outside loop here. So you want to print the 5th element here. Okay, you can print it this way. You want to print all elements, you can print this way. Okay, now if you see saving, star is there, star is still there, so it means there is some error. Okay, I don't see it error, so it means sometime if you don't see it error, you can still save it because somehow you would have clicked some space or something. If you see now there's no star, you execute it, and now you would be able to see the result. Okay, you see you got 13 row, same like above. Okay, like 9th row got printed. This is 6th row, 5th element got printed. So 6th line, basically. 6 lines is nothing but this one. 5th row printed. This is 9th, multiple rows. This is also 13, multiple rows. So that is all about for loop. Any doubt here? Now comes the if condition. Okay, in the same loop, you have to use if. Okay, so if contact dot name is this. Okay, how to read the, because this is a record. In the record, if you want to read any value, okay, like value ID, name, email, account ID, you just have to put dot, and then you have to put just, that name, okay, field name, equal to equal to. So it's a comparison operator, okay. Double equals to you have to use. Previously, you guys have created the records where you use equal to, okay, but here it is double equals, okay, to compare the string. That is so Tim bar, okay. Let me copy this. So I have double tap on that row, copied it, going back. Okay, timbar. Okay, now here you can put a system.debug. If you want to check whether okay timbar is there or not, you can say timbar present. This way you can recognize whether the timbar is present in this complete list or not. Okay. If timbar is not present, okay, so you have to go with else. Okay. Then it's bracket and print else. Debug. Okay. Timbar not found on first index. Because loop, it is loop, right? It will read one by one. So first element came, it will check whether timbar is there or not. It is not there, then it will print this. Okay. So that is called if, guys. In if, I repeat, double equal to operator. Okay. Even you can put multiple by putting and. Okay. This is called and operator. You can even put and operator. Okay. And let's suppose if you want name is this and email. Okay. And email is something else. So this way it is like a more restriction. Okay. Like I also want to check email timbar@gmail. It should be like this. Okay. Then it is present. So that way you can put more filters. Even you can put or operator. It means anyone is true. Previously and means both should be true. Now anyone is true. Like email comes this or this comes, then timbar is present. So that way you can play. Okay. And or. Okay. So I'll write it here. And or. So these are the operator where you can use it in the if. Okay. And similarly, you can put more if you want. Okay, that is not an issue. Okay, you come here, you print it. You can put more conditions of if else. Okay, there is something called if else ladder. Okay, and that is if else ladder in the sense. So let me tell you, if this, else if this, else this. So if this match, this goes. Else if this match, this goes. Else nothing match, this goes. It's like that. If else ladder. Okay. So that is called if else ladder. Any question, guys? So that is all about this particular exercise, which is loop. Okay. Record creation, we already saw in last class. Updation also, we saw it last class. Deletion also we saw. Okay. We'll go through one more time. Okay. If you want to update this particular record, okay, contact. Okay. Let's suppose you want to update the name. Contact.name equals to Rahul. Okay. So now, as I told you guys, you have to use update DML. Okay. So this is DML insert update delete. You guys learned last time. So in this list, you ran the list, you updated the name to Rahul, you click update operator, you save it. So with this, okay, you would be able to update all the things. Okay. I'm just minimizing it. So I've used multi-line comments. Before that, let's debug it. Okay. Always debugging, finding the, right. 1 second. Let me just save it. Okay. Right now, if you see, we have error. So let's start executing. 21 line, missing bracket. 1 second. 21 line is here, missing semicolon. Okay. Yeah. Semicolon is missing, guys. We have to make sure if you are working in, if will not have semicolon. Okay. 17th error. Now, I'll because and let's suppose what is else bracket but else. Okay, if you see bracket missed, okay, that's why. So if ka bracket hoga, then yeah, it would goes like this. Okay, I'm saving it. One more error is there, Rahul. Okay, so here let me check what's the error. field is not writable. Name. Okay. Name is probably we have made it as auto number. Okay. So it is not writable. Okay. So you can even put email. That's fine. We can pick another. Okay. I mean, read only fields are not editable, as you already know, guys. Okay. So email rahul@gmail.com. Okay. So all the email address will updates. Okay. Now I'll run it. Okay. Execute it. You see, I got error. Title should be greater than 2 character. So there is a validation rule. If you're updating any account, okay, I mean contact, so there should be the title should be greater than. But as simple as that, once you run this command successfully, so your emails will be updated with Rahul. Okay, that's all. So that's how you use update DML. Okay, creation of records we already saw. Okay, deletion is nothing. You can just put delete. Okay, then it will delete all the contacts. Simple delete operator. So delete and update is very simple. Creation, just to reiterate, okay, you just have to put instance name con equals to new this one. So you are building but duplicate. Okay, so you put one. So put name equals to email. Okay, and then you have to store them in the list because there would be multiple records going in, right? But just for learning purpose, okay, you put insert con one. So that is you have to map the field basically. Create instance, map all the required fields. I repeat, required field needs to be mapped, then insert. So that way you will be able to insert any record. Okay, I'll move it outside loop. It's not best practice to insert inside the loop. Okay, so that is how you use insert here. Okay, that's all, guys. Any question so far? So that's a basic. I mean, we will learn this in advance when we will be learning the next exercise, which is apex trigger. Okay. So now these are the one which you guys have to learn as part of apex basics, basically. Okay. When we will going for trigger, we will learn them in advanced structure. Okay. So that is all about apex. We are done with apex, guys. Okay. And tomorrow we'll start with apex trigger. Okay. I'll stop the recording here.